forgiveness, sitting just outside the rankings and wanting what their opponent today has, a spot in the top 25. Welcome to Vaught Hemingway Stadium, home of the Ole Miss Rebels, as we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Florida Gators, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Rebels will kick it away to start us off. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So Florida's offense will get first crack at it today. And the heart of this team clearly rests on the offensive line, a group of maulers, David, who take pride in what they do.
Man, I think if you're a coach, you take pride. Like, it starts up front. Like, you win and lose games with physicality, and they lean on all the big fellas up front, the hog mollies, the big uglies, the most unselfish players on the field.
It's old school, man. We're in an era of college football where it's up-tempo, spread, air raid. Games are still won and lost, though, in the trenches. And because this is one of the best offensive lines in all of college football, that is a huge advantage this offense takes into each and every game.
The Gators now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To the air, it's Lagway. Got it in the middle, it's ball. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. 3rd and long, you bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. You get to have a little fun, go get the quarterback.
A big 3rd down coming, and hotty-toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
They booted away on 4th down. No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. The Rebels offense has the ball for the first time. And they are going to be met up front by a defensive line group that is going to make life miserable on the offensive line and the quarterback and this whole offense, David.
And this offense is fully aware of the challenge in front of them. This defensive line is quick, they're physical, they're powerful, they wreck games. They individually take over because of their greatness. It's focal point 1, 2, and 3, Jesse.
They're physical and athletic, and that's the thing that's so dynamic about this position group, right? They stop the run, they get after your quarterback. Tremendous challenge for this offensive line to try and match that physicality. We'll see if they can get it done.
Got it set up on the outside. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there, and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 35. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. And the Rebels getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Right down the middle. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Ole Miss! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. That had touchdown written all over it from the moment he caught the ball. Big play, big run for the school.
Yeah, they had touchdown written all over it because nobody was covering him. It'd be a good idea to get a hand on him. You know, listen, I know you guys got some speed, and maybe you give him a cushion and give him some space, but that was a little aggressive on the space department there.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they covered the final 29 yards with that touchdown pass. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the run from inside his own 5. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Oh, he's got a chance. Breaks into the open. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. Mr. Two Bits would be proud. The Gators standing up and hollering for a first down.
How does that cheer go?
Well, first you have to have the yellow shirt and the striped tie and go 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1, all for the Gators. Stand up and holler. The Gators, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. Oh, he makes the catch. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. Few teams improved over the second half of last season as much as Florida. And, Jesse, the biggest reason, the play of the young quarterback, DJ Lagway.
He was just unflappable a year ago, Reese, as a true freshman. We saw that on the field, but even in my time sitting down and meeting with him, he just has a poise and a demeanor and a confidence that you don't see very often in college. This is a different type of dude, and they're expecting him to take the next level. And with that, this program carrying it on their shoulders.
Now on second down. Caught behind the line. It's Wilson. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on third down. Just keep slinging it. Grab near the marker. It's Hansen. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Obviously, third downs are so critical because you get an extra chance to wear that defense out. Great job by the offense. Great job by the quarterback completing the pass, getting the first down, moving the sticks, fresh set of down, continue to wear on this defense.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play. The chains now on second and long. Hand off from the shotgun. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball's at the 17.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Now facing a third and long. Wants to throw. It's Lagway. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. And the holder will put it down on the left hash, a 34-yard attempt coming. And he kept that one just straight enough to graze inside the left upright. That'll bring him to within 4.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
And on that play, great job by the receiver working his way through the traffic in the middle of the field. That's a crossing route. It's going to take him a couple seconds to get all the way to the other side of the field, but really nice awareness by him, making the catch, coming up with a big play.
Catch in the middle, it's Lee. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Takes the handoff. It's Diggs. And he'll be stopped for no gain and will be stopped for the end of the first quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Stribling. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, when you're running counter, those offensive linemen crashing down, they've got to be able to pin those interior D linemen. They couldn't get it done there. They gave up too much penetration, and that led to the tackle for loss.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Got it behind the line. It's Wallace. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Ray. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Grabbed over the middle, it's Wallace. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
Well, this defense now is just getting gashed. And if you're the defensive coordinator, you might now want to think about being aggressive, changing up your play calls, and maybe breaking your own tendencies, because you have got to stop this offense just marching down the field.
A 1st down run in the red zone. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Rebels! Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Gators in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to throw, it's Lagway. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
A big 3rd down coming, and hotty-toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
The Gators will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. The give to the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Off play action. Throws to the wideout. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be 3rd down.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Quickly out to the tight end. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a 3-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. To the ground with the back. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Hansen. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Gators are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking downfield, it's Lagway. He lofts one down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
And the Gators decide to punt it away. On his way back from the 20. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
What a great play by the defensive tackle. Look, sacks aren't just for very athletic, long defensive ends. These D tackles, man, they use their strength. They push linemen back in the pocket, collapse it, and come away with the sack.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Finds his tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And the Rebels will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking for a gap. It's ball. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A memorable first half of football so far today in Oxford. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's head back to the Grove at our fellas at Vaught Hemingway Stadium.
The Gators will boot it away to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. A strike downfield. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Grab behind the line. It's Diggs. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Returns it inside the 30 to the 29, and after the interception, they'll try to cash it in with a score.
Man, it's so frustrating as a coach because you go into half and you're like, listen, this is what they've been doing. This is what we're getting. Let's go out and execute. And what do? First drive, you throw an interception, you turn the field position to the other side, create momentum immediately. This is an absolute disaster to start the second half.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. Gonna run it. It's ball. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. It's Lagway. Gets away. Gets away. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the back. That's reeled in. It's ball. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
The Gators will have it 1st and 10. Power football with the run. Got the 1st down and more. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
And the Gators are moving quickly down the field. Right back to the well. This time stopped in the backfield and finding the sledding a little tougher than on that last run.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off. And it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the 2nd half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Hansen. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. That took nerves of steel to convert that 4th down on the road.
Oh, man, the crowd going nuts. A big-time opportunity in the 3rd quarter to create some momentum. Help them go crazy. Help them go nuts. But the offense does their job, quiets the crowd, gets the big 4th down conversion.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Defense has the lead in the 2nd half. Expect to see a lot of zone coverage. It's going to be tight. It's going to be hard to fit these footballs in, especially when you're throwing in the middle of the field like they were right there as the ball falls incomplete.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down or else they are really in trouble. Unloads to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Jackson. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 22.
Man, listen, you get zone coverage and you can hit that curl route and he comes open continually, keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So the final period starts with a second down play. Dropping back, it's Lagway. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
A big third down coming, and hotty-toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Florida! A great catch and run for 6. Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
Now they'll try to get the 2 and make it a 3-point game late. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. Oh, the ball popped out. That's a way to mess up a drive. Defense trying to take it back. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20. What a bizarre turn of events. He scooped up the fumble and took it all the way back for 2. 16-9. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Ray. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Quick screen to the speedster outline. Show him a little juke, and he's up to the 30 before he's brought down.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it. The Rebels line up to punt it away.
On to kick it away.
No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Off the play fake on first down. Here comes the heat. Trying to get rid of it.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Here's the handoff. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
And the returner goes down. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Makes the catch. It's Strickland. Gets it up to the 35-yard line before going out of bounds.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And the Rebels can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed 1st down on 2nd down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on 3rd down.
Gives it on the option. Oh, he's got some space. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. The defense calls the timeout, their 2nd of the day, as they try to get their act together. On the run, it's Lacey. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a 1st down. And the Rebels pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll give it to him again. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22. Third and short from the 22. Is the field goal unit getting ready, or is this already 4-down territory? The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. Ball's at the 22. 3rd and short coming. Can the defense force them to settle for a field goal? They'll give it to the back. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
Well, that's the best run of the day for him so far, and he's a guy that looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. He's beginning to wear on this defense a little bit. If you're on offense, you probably want to keep giving him the ball.
And a chance perhaps to salt this game away if this offense can pay this off with a late touchdown. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee.